Hi, my name's Kevin Hicks and welcome to my YouTube channel, The History Squad. Now today's film is about the execution on 13th of October 1660 of Major General Harrison, who was hung, drawn and quartered. So, Major General Thomas Harrison, a hero of the English Civil War. Should never have been called English Civil War. It was in Wales, England, Scotland and Ireland. He was a great soldier, and from what I can tell, a great Englishman, born in Staffordshire, Newcastle-under-Lyme. Harrison was one of the signatories on the death warrant of Charles I. That makes him a regicide. Now this is fine until Charles II comes back to the throne, who was supposed to forgive all of his father's enemies, but no, he will have revenge. Cromwell's body and Ireton and Bradshaw's bodies are all dug up and executed in mock executions. But Major General Thomas Harrison was one of, I think it was 9 regicides who will be hanged, drawn and quartered. Now, Thomas Harrison was getting on now, right? And when they says, run, Charles II's government is after you. He didn't run. This is an honourable gentleman. He was arrested, sent to Newgate, the prison, and then he was put on trial. But the trial is nothing more than a setup. Every time that Thomas Harrison tried to defend himself, he was shouted down by the judge. And then standing next to him, they actually had the executioner, the man who's going to kill him. He stood there dressed in horrible garb, they say, in black, with the hangman's noose already in his hand. He's going to be hung, drawn and quartered. When they do it, 13th of October 1660, he is dragged through the streets of London from Newgate to Charing Cross on a hurdle, basically a gate from behind a horse. It's a disgrace, that's what it is, and people can throw stuff at you and shout at you and all that kind of stuff. As he tries to walk up the steps to the scaffold, the wooden platform, people laugh at him and they jeer because he's trembling. But at the top of the steps, he turns, he says, no, good people. I tremble because of the many wounds I have suffered in those unpleasant wars. He's cheerful. He even passes the time of day with people he knows. So he was hanged. And they cut him down. He was fully conscious. That's not really how it's supposed to work. Hung, drawn and quartered. You're hung till you're insensible. You're almost semi-conscious. You are then laying on the table. There is a brazier nearby burning away. Your genitalia, your testicles and that are cut off, shown to you. They're then put on the fire. Then, using a billhook, they open up your abdomen, cut out your entrails. They then burn them in front of you. They then reach inside and, if they can, cut out your heart and snatch it. While it's still beating, they show it to you. This is split-second stuff. Then they burn it. And then, of course, they'll cut your head off, chop your arms and legs off, and you are quartered. Yeah? But that didn't quite happen with Thomas Harrison, Major General Thomas Harrison. This is actually awful. This gentleman, cheerful, gone to his death, but they've hanged him, cut him down, and he is completely conscious. He lies on the table and they cut off his genitalia, show it to him, burn it. They then slice open his abdomen, and the legend goes that he leaned forward and struck his executioner, who then hurriedly cut off his head. The entrails were burned. But other eyewitness accounts say that he was fully awake as they cut out his entrails. He would have only died once they cut out his beating heart. The body, though, was eventually returned to his family, and he's buried in St Giles Church in Newcastle-under-Lyme in Staffordshire. His headstone is long lost, which I think is sad. It's a shame. because in my book, Major General Thomas Harrison was a great Englishman, a brave soldier. So we have an eyewitness account of the execution of our Major General Thomas Harrison. It's Samuel Pepys, he of the famous diary. I'll read you what he wrote. This is actually on a plaque outside the pub, hung, drawn and quartered, which is adjacent to where poor Thomas Harrison was killed. I went to Charing Cross to see Major General Harrison hanged, drawn and quartered, which was done there. He looked as cheerful as any man could do in that condition. He was presently cut down, and his head and heart shown to the people, at which there was great shouts of joy. I can't get my head around the fact that people watched these executions and thought it was wonderful. And many of those who would have been in the crowd would have once fought for Parliament. But now they have a new king, a treacherous king, Charles II. Well, I hope you enjoyed our film. If you did, like, share and subscribe. Really appreciate that. But if you'd like to support the channel even further, we now have a Patreon account, the link of which is in the description. But for now, thank you very much. Bye.